pitchers in Major League Baseball. 5 up, 7 down. He's been hit hard. 318 batting average against the highest. His walks plus hits per innings pitched also the highest among all qualified Major League starting pitchers.
DJ Rayburn, a Michigan native, 5-year Major League veteran. Holbrook is the crew chief. Nick Lentz, Greg Gibson, second and third respectively. And away we go as Zobrist takes outside on a fastball. The leadoff man is presented by Binny's Beverage Depot. If Zobrist gets a hit here, Binny's will donate $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository.
Osmond's fastball will sit right around 95 miles per hour. He'll throw a 4-seamer. He'll also sink it. Throws a slider and a split finger pitch.
1-2 on Zobrist.
There's the splitter. That's a chase pitch for a lot of guys. Tough to get Zobrist to bite, though.
49-minute rain delay.
There's the splitter. That's a chase pitch for a lot of guys. Tough to get Zobrist to bite, though.
49-minute rain delay before we got started. 81 degrees. Rain did cool it off. Very hot and humid day here in Baltimore. It'll be a hot and humid weekend.
The real feel, the feels like up over 100 degrees here earlier today. That should help the ball jump even more.
That's a fair ball into the left field corner for Zobrist. He'll make his way to second. It's a double and a good start. And Binny's donates $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. Let's hope that's a good omen.
Yeah. He's batting 1,000 in the second half. Well, we'll see if they're able to take advantage of this leadoff double. This is a department that the Cubs really struggled in for most of the season. Situational hitting, and you're not going to ask Chris Bryant to give anything up here just to try to advance Zobrist. Because these are one of those situations where you look to, do you cash in these leadoff doubles?
And the first pitch strike right down the chute to Bryant. Leads the Cubs with a .399 on base average, 57 runs, 59 walks, and 6 stolen bases. I don't think the stolen base will likely be a huge factor this weekend. The Orioles never run. And I'm guessing tonight will be decided by a steal of home.
Yeah.
As a result of that comment.
Somebody will get on and steal second, third, and home, like Ty Cobb or something. But yeah, you're right. Both these teams rely on the long ball. Don't do a lot of running. KB coming off a nice homestand. He's got an OPS up over 1,000 for the month of July.
Here's a pitch, ground ball to the left side, and it'll be handled by Machado. That's the first out. Just kind of looking at the Orioles, below Major League average in terms of runs per game offensively. They've been the worst team in terms of their ERA, 5.07, highest in baseball, and they haven't caught the ball particularly well either.
So there's room for improvement is what you're saying. Buck Showalter's charges.
But they're not out of it yet. You know, if they can put together a 6 or 7 game winning streak, they can jump right back into that wild card race. They've got a lot of teams ahead of them. Even though they're only 4 games out of the second spot. And a strike on Anthony Rizzo. Hope you had a good break. It went fast, didn't it?
Yeah, always does. Yeah, nice to step away for a little bit.
Swing and a miss.
97 up. And he certainly has the velocity to beat you with that elevated fastball. As I mentioned before, he likes to sink it as well. He was their first-round pick, 4th overall in 2012 out of LSU.
First pitcher taken in that draft. And a base hit to left. Zobrist's first move is back to second, so he can only advance one. And they're at the corners for Wilson Contreras.
This has been a recurring theme here of late. Anthony going the other way. Chokes up, punches it to left. And sees Zobrist, the ball hit on the line. Has to hesitate a little bit. Makes the read, and on to third he goes. Choke and poke.
Wilson with 23 career home runs, most already by a Chicago Cubs catcher in his first 2 major league campaigns. Cal Neiman hit 22 back in 1957 and 58. That's when the Orioles were just little babies. They moved here from St. Louis, 1954. The Baby Birds.
Is that what they were referring to?
I don't know.
Called the Baby Birds?
I just dubbed the late 50s Orioles as the Baby Birds. In the dirt, knocked down by Castillo.
Well, we talked about these teams and their unlikeliness to run, and both catchers, Castillo and Contreras, very good at shutting down the running game. Well, he's been really good this year, just below 50% caught. He's top 3 or 4 in all of Major League Baseball in that department.
There's a drive out of the deep left center. It's gonna go! 3-run homer for Contreras. And the Cubs strike early. That was a shot.
That was a blast. Way back into the Cubs bullpen, and we talk about a very friendly left field here, but this is going to leave any ballpark. He put a charge in that one. There's your forward home run replay. It's number 12 for Wilson, and where does this one end up? Back in the Cubs bullpen.
Forward home run replay.
Borzy must have called it.
So hit 12 last year, 12 this year. Kyle Schwarber gone back to back, and it's 4-0. Well, is that a great sign?
Yeah, well, in terms of the result and the direction of this home run, and this is what we were talking about when we were chatting pregame. Just before the break, Schwarber, after coming back from AAA, starting to do some good work to the middle of the diamond and the other way.
So on consecutive pitches, they take Gausman deep. Roger McDowell, the pitching coach, out for an early visit. .873 combined feet of home runs, and that has Joe Madden smiling. If you care, Wilson outdrove Kyle Schwarber by 7 feet. Ian Happ takes a strike.
Gosman, after giving up the 2 home runs, more than willing to pound that fastball right out over the heart of the plate again.
That one grabbed the inside corner, according to E.J. Rayburn. One and two. Not a sellout, but a nice crowd here on a Friday night. A lot of orange in the stands, Orioles fans, and dotted with plenty of Cubs blue. Bounce to first, it's foul.
It's like an Illini football crowd.
Right.
The orange and blue.
Deep breath by the right-hander and a 1-2 pitch. An emergency hack and a pitch way off the plate. And the count holds.
A little 2-strike anxiety there for Ian. Gosman, the 3rd LSU product that the Orioles took with their first pick in the draft. Mike Fontenot was an LSU first-rounder to the Orioles, and back in 1989, Ben McDonald.
Yeah. Swing and a miss for out number 2.
I guess if you're a big right-hander at LSU, you're going to draw comparisons to Ben McDonald, and that has been the case with Gosman. He got to the big leagues in a hurry. He just hasn't had a lot of success here.
Well, you look at their rotation, their 5 main guys. They only have one of those 5 who even has a major league average ERA, and only 2 of the 5 with an ERA of under 5. They went through a brutal stretch in June, 1-0 on Jason Hayward, during which they tied a major league record. They allowed at least 5 runs in 20 consecutive games. The 1924 Phillies had set that original mark. On Hayward is outside. 3 balls, no strikes.
Orioles starters have a 5.75 earned run average, 29th among the 30 major league clubs. Only the Reds starters with a higher ERA.
And 3-1.
Well, get it ready, Jason.
Left field, pretty deep but playable for Mancini at the edge of the track. But the Cubs bats alive and well after the break. Leadoff double, 2 batters later a single, then this home run by Contreras, and the next pitch, Schwarber goes deep. Cubs 4, Orioles coming up. before he takes the ball. And let's check out the Orioles Southwest starting lineup he will face. Adam Jones in the leadoff spot. Manny Machado hitting just .230, but has hit into a lot of bad luck there. All-star this year, Jonathan Scope, the second baseman. Trumbo, the DH. Chris Davis just activated off the DL today, the only left-handed bat in their lineup tonight. Mancini, the rookie, off to a great start. Been a good year for Castillo when he's avoided the DL. Joey Rickard in right and Ruben Tejada at short.
Cubs afield. Zobrist, Happ, Hayward cover the outfield here. Bryant, Russell, Baez, Rizzo on the infield. Wilson Contreras is the catcher tonight. Lexus starting pitcher for the Cubs is Mike Montgomery. Lexus experience amazing. 1-6 with a 3.75 earned run average for the lefty. Last time we saw him was out of the bullpen in relief of John Lester Sunday. Just before the break, worked 3 innings, allowed a couple of runs. His last start did not go well, gave up 7 to Milwaukee. He was in 2 1/3 innings of work back on July 6th, but up until that point he'd been rock solid since moving into the Cubs rotation.
So it looks like he'll be the only starter to get 2 assignments on this road trip. I'll see him on Wednesday in Atlanta. Jake Arrieta will pitch tomorrow night. He is pretty pumped to face his former team. And then Jose Quintana will make his Cub debut on Sunday afternoon. So he'll get acquainted with his new teammates. 3-1 on Adam Jones. A chopper to the shortstop, Russell. 1 away.
Something Mike Montgomery does frequently, get the ball hit on the ground ball rate just under 60%, and that really plays in this ballpark, especially if you're a lefty. Right-handed pull hitters really take advantage of this yard.
Now Manny Machado, the numbers are not impressive, but he's definitely hit into some bad luck. Interesting sportingnews.com piece by Ryan Spader today. Nobody has hit more balls with an exit velocity of 100 miles an hour or better than Manny Machado has this year. 93 such shots. And he's hitting .565 when he hits a ball 100 miles an hour or better. That sounds really good, right? It's actually really low. Most guys hit well better than that when they square one up. So if he kind of keeps doing what he had been doing, the theory goes that those numbers will look a lot better.
Hitting it hard. He's probably had some BABIP gods getting him a little bit. I see his line drive rate is down, so maybe he's hitting it on the ground hard. Maybe turning into some outs. See where he was last year, coming into this season, a .284 lifetime batter with plenty of power. 37 home runs last year, 35 the year before.
1-2 on the ground to Bryant. So 2 up, 2 down. And they'll bring up Scope, the all-star second baseman, who doubled and scored a run for the American League on Tuesday night. Lefty fires, missed his spot, but it's a strike.
Yeah.
Contreras wanted it toward the outside.
Well, you figure first time out after the break, right? Guys have had extra rest, so they should be fresh. A little extra life on the fastball. Command might not be as sharp. Good.
Hey, by the way, the Machado ground ball to Chris Bryant.
Yep.
113 miles an hour.
Hard on the ground. He just needs to work on his aim.
The 0-2 fouled straight back.
This Oriole club, 11th in the league, American League in runs scored. They're 6th in home runs. Last year they led baseball in home runs. 8th in average. They don't walk much at all. Second to last in working walks. Drive Earl Weaver crazy. He was a big believer in the walk, and I imagine Buck Showalter is as well.
Yeah, they have the worst strikeout to walk ratio in MLB. 3.5 strikeouts for every walk they take. Ground ball to the left side. It'll be Russell again. Nice efficient first inning for Montgomery. After 1, Cubs 4, Orioles nothing. Four nothing Cubs. Javier Baez takes a strike. Cubs baseball on CSN Chicago is presented by State Farm. Cubs lead on a couple of home runs back to back. One foul by Baez, Contreras, and then Schwarber.
Well, baseball being baseball, anything can happen, but you don't anticipate the Cubs getting a lot of help from the Phillies this weekend in Milwaukee. The Phillies have only won 13 road games all year, and hard to hit that one. Second strikeout for Gausman. It's a chin-high heater.
Yeah, the stuff is good.
Drafted and signed in 2012, made his major league debut the very next year. 5 starts, 15 appearances out of the bullpen.
Line shot to the opposite way, and Russell will try to make 2, and he is in. As Rickard had some trouble with it, we'll see how they score it. And it's a double for Russell.
That's wet outfield coming into play there. That ball really skipped. That line drive to right. Hydroplanes, and Rickard has to leave his feet to try to secure it. Ball pops out of his glove, and Russell gets himself a double. I was expecting a much friendlier bounce than that.
Zobrist doubled to start the ball game. Takes off the inside corner.
We talk a lot about the attributes of a good major league fastball. You're looking for velocity, movement, and location. He clearly has velocity. Location has been a little spotty here, finding the middle of the strike zone too often, and appears to be pretty true, pretty straight, that fastball from Gausman. So if you don't have good movement, then it really becomes important to be able to locate and also to establish some secondary pitches, and we really haven't seen that yet from him either.
There's 1-1 serve and a drive to deep right. Gone for Zobrist. 6-0. We need to come back here more often.
Crab cakes for everybody. Lens treating. Well, if his leadoff double was an omen, what's that? A harbinger?
Another Ford home run replay.
Yeah, I don't think that was a heater. I was trying to throw something off speed, but it was up. It was whacked. Looks like it's going to be a short night for him.
So good time to mention it. Zobrist, the leadoff man tonight, double home run. Looking at some numbers going into the break. The Cubs collective OPS from the top spot in the order, which has been a bit of a revolving door. 8th in the majors among 30 teams. That one got away from Gausman. 1 ball, 1 strike. Last year, with Dexter Fowler doing much of the work, the team OPS from the leadoff spot ranked 7th in baseball. So I think it would be unfair to say that that's been the trouble area for this offense. I think it's more of the offense in general needed to be better.
Agreed.
Now it's true that Joe hasn't found one guy to do it, so maybe it has felt worse than it is. And the fact that Schwarber really struggled when he did it. There's Richard Blyer, the left-hander, up early for the Orioles. Ball into the shift. Scope makes the play on the other side of the bag. Now Rizzo already 1 for 1. Outside for a ball.
I think Buck Showalter's praying for rain right now.
I was just going to say it is, at least to this point, turned into a lovely evening.
I was checking the weather before my flight this morning, and there was talk of tornadoes in the area down here. Buck seems to be a little redder now than he was at the start of the game. I'm real happy with early developments here this evening. 3-time manager of the year is Buck Showalter. Second all-time in wins here in Baltimore, behind the Hall of Famer Earl Weaver.
7th full season for Buck here. There's number 26 in honor of the late Johnny Oates. They were very tight. Buck played for Johnny in the minors. Oates managed the Orioles in the 90s. And the 3-1. Another ball struck well, but a top spinner that Rickard will handle. With 2 homers in the first, Contreras and Schwarber. Now Zobrist in the second. And the Cubs lead 6-0 early.
The Crosstown Cup begins at Wrigley Field. The White Sox travel north to play the Cubs for 2 day games on July 24th and 25th. Make sure you're here for one of our most popular series of the year. Tickets are still available, so get them while they last. Visit Cubs.com for tickets today.
Cub fans excited to be here, and so far they have liked what they have seen. 6-0. Here's the Baltimore DH Mark Trumbo. He drives one to left. It is foul. Just foul. A good time to note that there is a part of Memorial Stadium here at Camden Yards, the foul poles from the old ballpark. Nice touch.
I talked about how hitter friendly this was for right-handed pull hitters. The Trumbo took full advantage of that last year. 47 home runs to lead Major League Baseball. Big strong guy, can cover the plate. He can take a pitch outer third and pull it into the seats and left.
Yeah, an Oriole has led the major leagues in home runs each of the last 4 seasons. Twice by the guy on deck, Chris Davis. Two on its way, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. First strikeout for Mike.
Shift on the infield for Davis. Pretty much straight up in the outfield. He does have good power to all fields. Capable of driving the ball out of the ballpark the other way.
Just back off the DL. Missed a month with a right oblique strain. Since 2012, Edwin Encarnacion.
2013, he hit 53 home runs, one of two players currently on 25-man rosters to hit 50 in a season. Jose Bautista being the other.
Well, he stands up there, kind of reminds you of a former Oriole who was a switch hitter, Mickey Tettleton. A lot of home runs. There's the 3-1.
Kind of upright stance. Mickey had that deal where he dangled the bat back.
Right.
But I don't think he always hit that way.
(3-2) on the ground up the middle. It's the shortstop Russell. Gone, and there's Mancini.
If Mancini were to come to bat at Wrigley Field, would Gary Pressey play him to the Pink Panther? I believe that was a Henry Mancini piece.
Yeah. Notre Dame product. Henry Mancini takes outside for a ball. 7-game hitting streak into the break. 14 homers, most by an Orioles rookie before the break.
Yeah, the Oriole rookie record is 28. Cal Ripken Jr. So it's within reach.
Before they were the Orioles, they were the St. Louis Browns. As I mentioned earlier, moved here 1954. They actually began as a charter member of the American League. They were the Milwaukee Brewers for 1 year. Two and one the count on the rookie. And sliced foul. I love that they a few years ago went back to the cartoon Oriole with the baseball cap.
Had they abandoned that for a while?
Yeah, remember they kind of went to the classic Oriole, full body Oriole for a while. I'm sure we can find one of those caps in the ballpark at some point this weekend. Fair ball. And they got him as Bryant, little Brooks Robinson, huh? Over in the foul territory.
A human vacuum cleaner, Chris Bryant.
So 6 up, 6 down for Mike Montgomery, and the Cubs lead 6-0. Healthcare partner of your Chicago Cubs. We're for the comeback. We're for the win. We're for tomorrow. Tomorrow starts today at advocatehealth.com. Wilson Contreras with a 3-run shot. Put the Cubs on the board. 2 homers since. And they lead 6-0. So this ballpark celebrating its 25th season. Well, the park isn't. The Orioles are. Opened in 1992. And it was really the first of its kind in that it was a modern park supposed to look old-fashioned. Here's the hat I was talking about.
Okay, yeah.
That look the Orioles went to for a while.
Got a little Al Bundy going on there, that guy.
1-1 fouled away.
Yeah, part of the kind of the renaissance in the new stadium construction. Strictly a baseball park, a lot of charm.
Nestled into an urban landscape. You see some of the big moments here. Park not too far away from where George Herman Ruth was born. As Contreras strikes out. Time now for the Giga Time moment, powered by Xfinity. 21-31 has a big meaning here in Baltimore. Consecutive games played for Cal Ripken Jr. as he broke what we thought was an unbreakable record held by Lou Gehrig. 1995, September the 6th. Schwarber fouls to the screen. And in terms of the influences when they designed the park, there were a lot of ballparks that they thought about. Ebbets Field, Scheid Park, Fenway, Crosley Field, Forbes Field, Wrigley Field, and pretty obvious with this center field shot, right? When you think about Wrigley Field's influence, those bricks behind home plate. And they sure did it right. 1-1 to Schwarber, misses up and away. The B&O Warehouse is kind of the signature, I think, thing you think about with this ballpark. It sits on Utah Street. Team offices are in that building, which was built around the turn of the century. Not the last century, but the one before that. 1898 to 1905 it was constructed. And it is the longest building on the East Coast. It's over 1,000 feet long, only 51 feet wide. It is really impressive when you see it in person. Great backdrop to this beautiful ballpark. And just behind the screen, Castillo does not have a play.
And not a lot of room in foul territory here.
And look at the ledge. That's Wrigley right there, right?
Ball
almost
Oh, I
perfect.
see. He reaches into the net and deflects the ball.
Foul tip, strike 3 on 98.
Well, he threw one of his better breaking pitches that we've seen tonight to get Contreras, then went back to the high hard one upstairs to beat Schwarber. Maybe too little too late for Gausman. He's given up 6 points already. That was a good lively heater.
So 2 outs. Here's Happ. Ever pitch in the old place, the Horseshoe?
No, I attended a game there, but I never pitched there.
Two and one. Make it 3-1 on Happ.
All right, see how far you can hit it here.
Ball 4.
Challenge.
Hayward tried to deep left in the first inning.
When this park first opened to rave reviews, it kind of became a bucket list place for baseball fans to make sure you made a pilgrimage here. The Camden Yard, still a very attractive ballpark. Good crowd here tonight. Pretty long run of sellouts, I believe, but how they're doing this year in terms of attendance. It's been a good baseball town.
Yeah, this is the kind of ballpark you would like to think, maintained well, can last a long time. By the way, we want to send out happy birthday wishes to a former Oriole, our good friend Steve Stone, celebrating number 70. He shares a birthday with my father, Joe Casper. Happy 70th.
Wow.
On the same day.
The day after my dad. My dad and my daughter Molly both celebrated yesterday. So happy birthday.
Molly is not 70 though.
No,
okay.
no, not yet.
Your dad's a little older than that.
85. Turned 85. He still drives 85.
Fly ball to deep right. The Cubs have hit 4 of them tonight, and we're only in the 3rd inning. Hayward makes it 8-0. I think that one found Utah Street.
First one for Jason since June 13th. Number 7 on the year for him. Comes after 2 quick outs. Punch out. Happ works the walk. Hayward does the trot.
Ford home run replay getting an early workout. Baez cuts and misses. I want to say a little under 100 balls have been hit onto Utah Street over the years.
That's E-U-T-A-W, Utah, not like the state.
And it is closed off. As you see all the foot traffic. The warehouse is 439 feet from home plate. So Contreras, Schwarber, Zobrist, and now Hayward, all with home runs. Fifth time this season the Cubs have hit at least 4.
Osman just kind of spinning his wheels out there right now. Thought he was going to have a quick, easy inning, and the beatdown continues. We talked about his numbers, the high ERA, the high batting average against. He had not really been hurt by the long ball that much. It allowed just 14 coming into the start here tonight.
Strikes out Baez. All 3 outs were punch outs, but Hayward with a 2-run homer, and the Bluebirds are out here in Baltimore. It's 8-0 Cubs. We're only in the 3rd inning.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees Green Day will make their performance debut at Wrigley Field Thursday, August 24th. The band stop at the friendly confines as part of their Revolution Radio Summer Tour. Tickets are available now at Cubs.com/Green Day.
Well, he started on opening day, and he got the ball to begin the second half. And it has not gone Kevin Gausman's way tonight. Career high 4 homers allowed. As his battery mate will take his first AB. Wellington Castillo, the former Cub, ball 1.
Signed Castillo in December. A 1-year deal plus a player option for next season.
Big league debut as a Cub in 2010. Parts of 6 seasons with the Cubs.
Good bat. Does not get high marks for his work behind the plate in terms of pitch framing and calling a game. Strong arm. Great guy in the clubhouse.
That's a strike. Orioles without a base runner so far. Montgomery with this big early lead.
Mike doing what he does. 5 ground ball outs and a punch out so far. Ball has not yet left the infield.
This one will leave the infield, may leave the outfield. It is gone. A home run into the bullpen. Well, I missed the home run derby Monday. I have a feeling it looked a little bit like tonight. 5 homers combined.
Yeah, the dimensions are hitter friendly. The ball really jumps here in the summer months. Warm, humid night like tonight, the ball is really going to carry. For a 3-1 pitch with an 8-0 lead, you're just in challenge mode. You're kind of at the mercy of the situation. You don't want to walk a guy there, and Castillo takes advantage.
So he just hit his 9th. That's Joey Rickard, the right fielder. Chopper cut off by Bryant. The spin, the throw, and he got it. Busy night over there on the left side.
Yeah, Russell's had 3. Bryant's had 3.
Ruben Tejada, the shortstop. We got him from the Yankees. June the 4th, came up from AAA Norfolk 2 days later. We have confirmation that Hayward's home run did reach Utah Street, the 92nd home run onto the street. So I'd say fairly rare, right? 3 or 4 a year. Get all the way to the street.
25th year of the ballpark. And for that, Jason Hayward after the game will receive a nice plate of Hoot Powell barbecue. Because when you hit them like Boog did.
Well, we need that, right? Got to have a ballpark that has the "Hit It Here" sign for some sort of prize. His hat makes the catch. Tejada's out.
Old minor league parks. Hit this target, win a suit.
Boots. You see the Orioles on the doors?
Yep.
Remember that logo on their hat?
Yep. No, I mean, I remember from seeing it on Al Bundy in the stands a little while ago, but I don't remember it. I don't watch much American League ball.
Apparently not.
No. I haven't seen this club play since I faced them in 1994.
I was going to say.
I keep waiting for Brady Anderson to get an AB here.
Dwyer was here or what?
Where's Chris Hoyles? I think he wants it up.
Yep. And it got him. Just clipped Jones. He hit a couple of home runs the day before the break in Minnesota.
Well, yeah, and Jones, he's got power, brings power to the leadoff spot. But he's a guy who rarely walks. And, you know, with Davis back, they've got legitimate pop throughout their batting order, but you know, they need more guys on base in front of their boppers.
So a man on, 2 down. And Machado. Are we assuming Gosman's done?
Well, when he left the mound, I assumed he was done, but I don't see anybody up in the bullpen.
Line shot into the left field corner, and it's going to end up out of play, and that's a break for the Cubs. As Jones would have scored, but because that ball bounced into the seats, it's an automatic double, and Jones will have to head back to third.
And you know, that fan, I think, reached into the field of play to grab that ball. That's probably why Buck Showalter's out asking the umpires to take a look. He's got some funky spin, and it looks like it may have come back onto the field of play.
Yeah, the umpires are getting together to discuss. And I think
it's really hard to tell. You know, in real time, when I first saw it, I thought that was definitely the case. That replay there, I'm not so sure. He's got all kinds of funky topspin and another rocket off the bat of Machado. So that point you made earlier about all the hard contact despite the low batting average. If you were looking to buy a stock right now, Machado would be a good one to buy, because you're going to believe that batting average is going to take a big jump.
So they have put the runners at second and third, and the befuddled Buck Showalter will get the explanation from Sam Holbrook. But I have a feeling we could end up going to replay here. But I'm with you. I don't know if there's a definitive look that says that ball
Probably
would have
not a look. Yeah,
landed
you
on
would
the
almost
track.
need a camera shooting right down the top of the fence line to be able to get a real accurate read on it.
And the umpires may also be telling Buck, even if that ball would have landed on the track, we still were going to put the runners where they are.
See, and that usher's down there. He's ready, because if they review it and he did reach into the field play, he's going to kick him out of the park. Otherwise, he can stay.
So the umpires will convene yet again.
Well, why don't they just taking a look at it? Just, and maybe Buck doesn't want to use a challenge, and maybe that's what Joe's trying to get to.
You know, I thought boundary calls they could look at as a crew chief review. So maybe they were giving Buck a chance to check with his replay guys. I don't know.
Right, yeah.
This is where it would be nice to have better communication between the crew chief and the press box, so they could tell us what the dispute is. But
and they could announce it over the PA so the fans in the ballpark would know what's going on.
All right, so we'll just continue. I would say Buck doesn't look happy, but he looks like that a lot during the game.
He's intense.
He's pretty intense.
He's and you know, but he's got a light side. He's a funny guy, but he's definitely intense. His dad was a principal, and Buck's got that kind of hard-charging mindset.
Well, you don't want to give the Orioles any reason to believe they can get back into this game. Second and third, 2 outs, and the all-star Scope swings and misses and caught Contreras on the backswing.
Big long finish, and Contreras took it right on the side of the head. Here's a fun fact: Scope won a Little League World Series in 2004, playing for the Netherlands Antilles, and here's the blow that Contreras takes to the head. He got the save. He got the save in the winning game.
How about that? Knocked down by Wilson.
Been a Little League World Series hero. He's been a Major League All-Star. Good pitch.
Yeah. On that outside corner. Scope having some issues keeping that shin guard on. Two balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to Russell. To end the inning. Castillo with a leadoff homer to get the O's on the board, but still all Cubs through 3, 8-1.
up big Saturday, July 29th. First pitch 7:05. Come out and enjoy the Under Armour All-American game at Wrigley Field. This is your first chance to catch the country's top high school baseball players. Ryan Sandberg is signing autographs from 7 to 8 inside the park. Get free tickets while they last. Available in person at the Cubs store at the park at Wrigley through Friday, July 28th. Limit 8 tickets per person. No purchase necessary. For more information, visit Cubs.com.
I dropped a per person and purchase in there.
Purchase. Yeah, that's a lot too. First game after the break.
This is Richard Blyer, left-hander, making his 26th appearance.
I wonder if he'll have a rocky outing. Good changeup. He's a finesse guy. He doesn't throw hard. Upper 80s fastball. Tries to sink it. Throw a little cut piece.
It's from South Florida up to Florida Gulf Coast, which is where Chris Sale and Casey Coleman pitched. As Russell went around for strike 3. Well, not to be outdone, the Brewers have an early 8-2 lead over the Phillies. Only in the 3rd inning. Garcia and Braun have homered. Braun with a grand slam. Zobrist batting from the right side for the first time tonight.
Blyer was originally a Ranger farmhand. 6th-round pick of them back in 2008. He's not a kid, 30 years of age. He did not get to the big leagues until last season.
Pulled in the air to deep left. And on the track, it's hauled in by Mancini. Zobrist just missed another one.
Wrist apparently feeling better, and that's very good news.
So 2 outs. It's Bryant who has grounded out both times. We'll see the former Oriole Jake Arrieta tomorrow night. I know Pedro Strop is excited to pitch at some point in relief this weekend against his former team, Brian Dunsing. He was here last year, Koji Uehara. So a lot of connections. And Albert Almora Jr., his best friend growing up was Manny Machado. They were so close they called each other cousins. In Hialeah, Florida, Machado makes the play. Cubs go in order for the first time. In fact, first inning they haven't homered. It's 8-1. Cubs and Cardinals 5.5 back of surging Milwaukee. Brewers with their best stretch of the year right before the break. And again, to a big start tonight. So divisional comebacks in the wild card era. You trail by more than 5 at the break and win the division. It hasn't happened all that often, although the Dodgers did it last year. How about the 2006 Twins? 11 games out.
And so since 1995 through 2016, so we're talking 21 seasons, 6 divisions, so it's 126 divisional seasons, so to speak. And it only happened 4 times. Or if you're a glasses half full kind of guy, you go, hey, it's happened 4 times. It could happen again.
Well, yeah, that doesn't mean it can't happen. It just means that it hasn't very often. Contreras wanted Montgomery to bounce one. He did. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, and I think Cub fans could take heart in the fact that some of those leads were much more significant than 5.5 games.
Right. So a team that's 17 out is not going to come back and win, but Joe's got some new glasses, or at least glasses I haven't seen him wear very often. How many pairs of glasses does Joe Madden own? I'm going to ask him tomorrow. What would you?
That would be a good trivia question.
Yeah, the over/under. What would you say?
Are we talking strictly prescription glasses, not sunglasses? Just
I would go prescription non-sunglasses.
Sunglasses.
And if you want to tweet at us,
category,
give us your guess.
Well, he probably owns, like most glasses wearers, a lot of them. But how many he currently is wearing?
No, I'm saying owns prescription glasses
they're still a viable working prescription.
Yes.
I'm going to go with 4.
4?
4.
I'm going to set the over/under at 12.
12?
Oh. So is it between 4 and 12? We'll find out. Remind me tomorrow. I'll ask him. Oh, you won't remember.
Can't remember.
Somebody watching who knows me, text me tomorrow and remind me.
You know what I'll remember? During the game tomorrow when we get a shot at Joe, and I'll say, you were supposed to ask Joe about his glasses.
Am I shooting too high? I feel like 4 is very low.
I think what most people that wear glasses, they have a pair or 2 in circulation because the prescription changes.
Right.
So maybe you have some old ones with an older prescription that you can get away with.
I see him as kind of an aficionado.
Oh, absolutely. So to have 4 in a rotation at any given time is a decent amount.
You know, how many do you own?
Well,
that you could currently wear and they would work.
2, and I've got 1 in the shop.
So 3.
I'm getting a new pair that I had tweaked.
I'm being told we have to do over/unders with halves, so I'm going to go 11.5
to set the line. If 11.5 is the line, I'm taking the under.
By the way, I own 1. The one I'm wearing. That's it. Because I don't have a strong enough prescription. I feel like I need more. Well, the Orioles now picking up their heels as that one's going to roll to the warning track. Trumbo's going to be sent. They've got a play on him. And he's safe. An aggressive send by Bobby Dickerson with nobody out, but it was the right call. And it's 8-2 on a double by Chris Davis.
Therein lies the hope for the Orioles in the second half, getting a healthy Davis back to help really push that middle of the order. Happ slips as he tries to hurry that ball back into the infield. And this is an aggressive send. Especially in a lopsided game with nobody out. And with Baez's arm out there, there's a certain amount of risk. Trumbo not the speediest guy on the planet.
So a walk and a double. It's now 8-2. Outside. Twitter is blowing up on this conversation. And I have to say the interest is a lot higher than I thought it would be. I feel like he's worn like 6 pairs of glasses already this year.
But he had two variations on the dark ones.
Here's a throw. It's a little late.
No doubt the Orioles in their pre-series meeting when they talked about the Cubs, talked about Contreras and his aggressive nature there behind the plate, trying to make plays with his arms. He's picked off 5 base runners this year, second most in baseball. Manny Pena of the Brewers has picked off 6.
And foul.
This Mancini kid became the second player in the expansion era, that's since 1961, to hit a 9th inning game-time home run as a pinch hitter and a walk-off home run in extra innings in the same game.
Yeah. June 7th.
Some heroics. Overall, the numbers are outstanding. He's batting .404 with runners in scoring position.
Gets away, and Davis will advance on a wild pitch. Gets Chris Bosio on the phone for the Cubs bullpen.
Yeah, it's interesting. You know, in a lopsided game, when you're on the losing side of it, you tend to, you're going to ask more outs out of your starting pitcher. When you have a big lead like this, you're going to make sure that this thing doesn't slip away, so you got to be ready to react.
Justin Grimm quickly loosening. Rizzo makes the grab for out number 1. Hey, dare to live in full color with Blue Man Group, this spectacular collision of comedy, theater, rock concert, and dance party all rolled into one. Catch our Boys in Blue at the Briar Street Theater. Call 800 Blue Man or visit blueman.com. Bosio with a visit to the mound. The batter is Castillo. He homered his first time up.
Number 9 on the season for Wellington. Leaving the Cubs, he's been a Mariner, a Diamondback, and now an Oriole.
Been on the DL a couple of times this year. He's hit some big home runs for them as he lines out. So a couple of hard hit balls for outs. And it'll bring up Rickard. Curve catches a corner. The 0-1. And he's wide. 1 ball, 1 strike. It cooled off a bit. We got that shower that delayed the game. So 49 minutes. It's like pea soup again. It's hot and humid.
Yeah, air is very heavy.
You can see Montgomery has worked up a nice lather tonight. Boy, with this big lead, he'd love to get through 5 to qualify for the win, but right now he's just trying to survive the 4th.
Yeah, and I think that was probably the message that Chris Bosio brought out there to the mound with him, was kind of a pep talk like, hey, I don't want to take you out of this game. I want to get you this W. Let's get aggressive, get after these guys.
Blocked by Contreras. They're all good with a runner at third.
This is Mike's 7th start.
Have been better in relief than as a starter.
Yeah, and no doubt skewed by his last start, right, against Milwaukee. Allowed 7 earned runs and 2 in the 3rd. First start was against the Rockies back on June 9th. He was just getting stretched out, having worked in the pen. He worked 4 innings, allowed 2 runs, then 5, then 3 real solid starts, a couple 6-inning performance and 6 2/3. Kind of on a run there where he was getting better each time he went out, and overall, if you're to give him a grade, if put it on the report card, you'd have to give him a solid B for his work as a starter.
Pitch number 8 on the way to Rickard. Can't get him to bite. He walked him. And again, another nice play by Contreras to keep Davis at third. Roster move to accommodate Jose Quintana. Dylan Floro optioned to AAA Iowa. Again, Quintana will make his Cub debut on Sunday afternoon. Ground ball to Russell, down to a knee, and he'll get it to Baez in time. And Montgomery had to labor in the fourth, but it only gave up one. It's 8-2 Cubs.
I personally never really was a fan of facing Quintana because his stuff is that good. So it's a great addition for us. It's exciting.
Anthony Rizzo on the acquisition of Jose Quintana, and there you see it. 200 innings and a sub-350. And it's a pretty good list. And the Cubs have two of those guys, Lester and Quintana. Lester, by the way, will pitch on Monday in Atlanta.
Yeah, and with Quintana joining the rotation, it buys a little extra time for Kyle Hendricks. I think the plan prior to the trade was to get Kyle back into the rotation this weekend. And now that Jose is here, and allow them to get Kyle stretched out a little more. Another minor league rehab assignment. It should be all systems go for Hendricks when he returns.
Looking at John Lackey possibly coming off the DL in that Braves series as well. 1-1 to Rizzo. 1-2. 8 runs might be enough to win this game,
but it might not, right?
You might as well score a couple of more just for good measure.
Things can happen in a hurry in this yard. Sets up to be a good road trip for the hitters, this park, and then the new one, Atlanta, very hitter friendly.
Well, that's what we're hearing. I guess we should enjoy this weekend based on the way the schedule has played out. We won't be back here till 2031. Down the left field line and caught. What a grab by Mancini.
Mancini's the first baseman. And he might be better in the outfield than he is at first base. And he hadn't really played any outfield prior to this year.
Contreras with the go-ahead 3-run homer in the first. He struck out in the third. And he takes a pitch low.
Osmond, the starter, 3 innings, 7 hits, 8 runs, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts.
You see Terry Francona is back with the Indians. They're out on the West Coast. He had to miss the All-Star game after a heart procedure. Mike Trout has returned to the Angels. Missing 39 games on the DL with a torn ligament in his left thumb. Scope to Davis for the out. Tim Tebow hit a game-ending home run in the Florida State League yesterday for St. Lucie.
Saw a little note on him today. He's putting up good numbers there.
327 with the Mets High A affiliate.
Does he do the Tebow after he hits a home run?
I don't know. Schwarber 1 for 2 with a home run.
Contreras went back-to-back into the Cubs bullpen in the first inning.
Long look by Blyer. Cubs made that trade yesterday. Eloy Jimenez was at Myrtle Beach. Pelicans are playing Winston-Salem. He just went to the other clubhouse, ended up with a game-winning hit. A 2-1 to Schwarber in the air to left. Mancini again. Cubs go in order for the second consecutive inning. They lead this one 8-2 halfway home.
in the Budweiser bleachers all season long. Next Friday, July 21st, Budweiser will provide Cubs sunglasses up to the first 5,000 early arriving fans 21 and older in the Budweiser bleachers. Get there early. For details, visit Cubs.com/Fridays. Joe Madden probably doesn't have a pair like that.
I bet he does. Hey, we'd like to welcome all our viewers watching on Mahaska Communications in Oskaloosa, Iowa. Orioles 5th. Ball 1 on the veteran Adam Jones.
Montgomery getting Tejada to end the 4th inning. I think had Tejada reached, he may have been removed from the ball game, but he got Tejada, didn't have to deal with Jones with men on base, so he gets to start the 5th here. Chance to qualify for the W.
And a 5-time All-Star, 4-time Gold Glover. And it's 73 career games as an Oriole. He was with Seattle early. And a big swing and a miss, 1-2. And he waves at a curve. One down. It'll bring up Machado. How much money, if he gets to free agency after next year, would he command on the open market?
Well, what is he, 25?
Just turned 20. He'll be 26 going into free agency.
You know, there's some folks would like to see him back at shortstop. The argument being if the Orioles aren't going to go anywhere this year, maybe they should take a look at Machado at shortstop again, because those numbers as a shortstop really get your attention.
Already an All-Star 3 times, a couple of Gold Gloves. One of the best players in the game. And another ball hit hard on the ground, this time for a hit. There's 2 out of 3. And it's Scope.
Grimm was up last inning and appears to be up again here in the 5th. Fifth inning can sometimes pose a little bit of a psychological wall to climb over for a pitcher. You know, you got to get through 5 to qualify for the win, and you start thinking too far ahead of yourself. Instead of one batter, one pitch at a time, I got to get through this inning. Lose focus a little bit.
Taking a ground ball at Russell or Baez.
I remember being out there, and it's been a long time ago, so I don't remember a whole lot, but I do remember that you're out there pitching, and at the same time you're also trying to channel your thoughts into the manager's brain. Like, don't you dare come out here. I've got this. Don't you even think about it. Why do you have that guy up in the bullpen?
Like the customer in the coffee shop right behind you, tapping their feet like, let's go, make your order. Contreras took the worst of that. By the way, talk about playing to the narrative tonight. Doesn't always happen this way. Manny Machado has hit 3 balls tonight. 113, 114, 113 off the bat. Out in the left center, that could be trouble. And it's going to bounce over the wall. So again, the Cubs get a break. As Machado will have to hold it third on a double by Scope.
Yeah, now decision time for Joe Madden. The Trumbo Davis due up here. 2 very dangerous hitters. A hot, muggy night. Mike has thrown 86 pitches, and the decision has been made.
So we'll be back to Baltimore in a moment. 8-2 Cubs in the 5th.
He'll be with special guest Bonnie Wright. Don't miss your chance to see these Rock and Roll Hall of Famers. Tickets are available now at Cubs.com/James Taylor.
It's the Weber's sauces and seasonings call to the pen. Call grilling flavor up to the bigs. Justin Grimm comes in with runners at second and third and 1 out. And will face the DH Mark Trumbo.
Justin last worked in the makeup game with the Brewers back on July 6th. That one did not go particularly well. That was that blowout game. Brewers won 11-2. Grimm worked an inning and a third, allowed 3 hits, 2 runs in that ball game.
So both teams into their bullpens. Machado at third. Scope the runner at second. Orioles got the home run from Castillo in the third, the RBI double from Davis in the fourth, and threatening again here in the 5th. Cubs will play their infield back with this big lead.
Big guy, a lot of power, controls the strike zone pretty well. Strike out all that often, right around league average.
Base hit to right. Machado is in. Scope held at third. It's 8-3 on a single from Trumbo. Don't want to go away just yet.
No, Joe Madden, with all those years managing in Tampa in this American League East, he knows how the game can be played in this ballpark.
Pitch to Chris Davis. There's a strike. This looked like a premeditated swing on that curveball. 0-2.
These guys started their careers with the Texas Rangers. Davis was there 2008 into the 2011 season. A year later, Grimm showed up in Arlington.
He was definitely a strikeout candidate, leading the majors in punch-outs, over 200 each of the last 2 seasons. Nearing 100 already this year. And the 1-2. Got him on a pitch that bounced in front of the plate. 2 down. That is a kind of at bat drive you crazy for Chris Davis. 2 of the swings were on terrible pitches, and they were both kind of awkward half cuts.
Yeah, and that's that anxiety of a man on third base. A couple guys on, down 5 runs. Trying to start it early so you don't get beat by the heater. And
they'll knock in another run. Mancini played scope. It's 8-4. Both these runs charged to the starter, Montgomery.
Well, and both RBI hits, off-field singles. Trumbo goes the other way, and then Mancini.
And the Cubs scored the first 8. The Orioles have the last 4. And still batting here in the 5th. Inside, ball 1. Castillo now 30 years old. Signed to the Cubs back in 2004. They traded him in May of 2015 to Seattle for a pitcher, Yoervis Medina. And then shortly after that got traded to Arizona. A deal that sent Mark Trumbo in the other direction. 3-0. Yeah, if he lets him get away, the tying run will come to the plate. Orioles signed Welly as a free agent in December. And a player option for next year.
I believe it was a 3-1 pitch he hit for his home run back in the 3rd. Situation where it was an 8-0 ball game at the time. And Montgomery could afford to be really aggressive. Not so much here with Grimm. He's got to make a pitch. Ooh, man. Get a break. Either make a pitch or catch a break. Took a shot at that outside corner. It was clearly off the plate. Jay Rayburn showing no respect for the mask-wearing union.
Game job by Contreras.
That's the thing. He's set up out there.
So they're going to stay out there. 3-2. Ball 4. Bases loaded for Rickard.
Yeah, not a horrible pitch there on 3-2 to Wellington. You're going to see him chase quite often. He showed good discipline there.
If the lead were sitting on a sofa, it would have had its feet up on the ottoman. Arms stretched out. Not a care in the world a couple of innings ago. Now,
yeah,
you're not curled up in a ball.
You're sitting. You're on the edge of the cushion.
One strike on Rickard. Bases loaded. 2 runs in. Ready for the 0-1 outside. Nowhere to put him. Pitch on the way. Curve miss blowing outside.
Rickard does not have a lot of power. He's hit 3 home runs this year, hit 5 last year, 257 at bats. Did not have big power numbers coming up through the minor leagues. Put him into a hitter's count, obviously, and chance for him to do damage goes up a good bit. Here he is, 3-1.
Swing and a miss. Challenged him. Now what? 3-2 bases loaded. Blew a heater past him. Do you stick with that or go with the hook here?
Well, I think it just depends on the report on Rickard too.
Runners will move with 2 outs.
Right in front of that fastball at 95, so he was sitting dead red there. 51 at bats. He's taken 6 walks. That gives you a little information. And he's likely in swing mode, so that breaking ball, if you throw it close enough, if you throw it on the plate, breaking off the plate, you might get the job done.
Line shot in the left, base hit. 2 runs will score, and we've got a ball game again. It's 8-6. Joey Rickard with a 2-run single.
Yeah, and I think, it's interesting, Castillo's ability to lay off the curveball maybe influenced the decision by Contreras and Grimm not to throw the breaking pitch to Rickard there. I mean, it seems counterintuitive to let what one guy did influence the other, but that's the nature of the game sometimes. Well, it didn't work last time we tried it. Let's go heater here.
A visit from the pitching coach, ex-Oriole Pedro Strop, heating up. First and second, 4 runs in for Baltimore. Now Tejada, the 9-hitter, 0 for 2. Five hits, a walk, 4 runs. And now 2 in scoring position on a wild pitch.
Trying to overthrow it. It's been a very up and down season for Justin Grimm, including literally a trip down to the minor leagues. He's had some real good stretches, and he's had other periods where he's really struggled with his command. This is the 3rd time in his last 4 outings he's allowed at least 2 runs.
Strike.
Yeah, and that's the one right there. When he's doing his best work, he's able to command that glove side fastball down and away. That sets up the swing and miss curveball off the plate. That will allow him to get some weak contact with fastballs in on the hands. That's the tendency there, is to kind of get amped up, trying to hump up and throw it 100 miles an hour and lose command. Pull it way out of the strike zone.
Base hit to the outfield could tie it up. Boone tries to get this 3rd out.
Really late getting started there.
Jones on deck. 2-2 on Tejada. Here it is. Tap in right center to end the inning. Finally, all 9 come to the plate. The Orioles have now closed the gap. It's 8-6 after 5. brought to you by Wintrust, breaking down the blockbuster trade that made Jose Quintana a Cub. Why Theo Epstein went all in, giving up 2 top prospects to get the former Sox pitcher. Subscribe today. We will get the start on Sunday afternoon here in Baltimore. Cubs lead 8-6 as they bat in the 6th inning. Cubs have cranked 4 home runs tonight to give them that big early lead.
A lot of damage against the hard throwing right-hander, but they have not been able to break through against the crafty lefty here. He's retired all 6 men he has faced.
Phillies on the comeback trail as well in Milwaukee. 1 ball, 1 strike to Ian Happ.
That's a 9-6 ball game, and both starters are still in.
What?
Yeah, I just checked the box score. Although Zach Davies may be about to be removed.
1-2 on Ian.
It's not like they're short in the bullpen, right? Coming out of the All-Star break,
Right.
should be plenty of available arms.
Machado scoops and throws out Happ. All-Star break did not slow down the Astros. They have a 10-1 lead in the 4th at home against the Twins tonight. Now Hayward, who hit a 2-run blast in the 3rd.
One of those games where the Cubs have the lead, but I guarantee the feel is a lot better in the Orioles dugout right now than in the Cub dugout. Cardinals and Pirates 2-2, top of the 9th in Pittsburgh. Jed Jerko with home run number 14 in that ball game.
Cardinals will be the Cubs' next opponent at home. Week from today. Line drive, and Jones misjudged it. Real misplay by a terrific outfielder, and it's a double for Hayward.
Well, that's a ball we talk about a lot. That trajectory directly out of center fielder. They don't have an angle. Tough to get perspective. A lot of times a misread. That's exactly what happened there. A step or so in, and then a late break back.
So that'll be it for Blyer. As Buck Showalter will make a change. An 8-6 Cubs lead in the 6th.
It's a really important 2 weeks. You know, if we can get hot and start to play the way that we know we're capable of, that probably puts us in a little bit more aggressive posture, trying to maximize all 25 spots on the roster and maybe even do some things just for this year.
Cubs President of Baseball Operations Theo Epstein looking ahead to the trade deadline. Weber Sauces and Seasonings called to the pen, sidewinding Baron O'Day. He was an all-star 2 years ago.
Yeah, and get that funky drop down delivery. Fastballs and sliders. Right-handed hitter just has to work hard to keep that front shoulder in there, and unlike that, you see Javi pulling off that ball.
Okay. Gator from Jacksonville, Florida, and then with the University of Florida. 10th year in the big leagues. All but 4 appearances. He was an American leaguer. He was briefly a Met in 2009. High fly ball. This might bring some more rain. Mancini's got it. Here comes Russell with 2 gone.
Javi's an anxious hitter, and after a few days off, really expanding his zone here tonight.
Anxiouser?
He's anxiouser. Oh man, I want to swing it. Let's play some ball.
Also doubled and scored in the second on the Zobrist homer. Struck out in the 4th. And that's with Hayward in scoring position here in the 6th. Strike pitch. Breaking ball off the corner. Home runs tonight. Contreras, Schwarber, Zobrist, Hayward. It'll be ironic that O'Day in the set position holds his hands really high. Most guys are set low and come high. He's high and then goes low.
Yeah, and he doesn't throw quite as many sinkers as he used to. We saw him with Baez elevate the fastball. And unlike a lot of those guys that drop down, he's not, 85, 86. He just threw that one at 90 miles per hour, so he's got a little giddy up from down there.
It's a sign from the catcher Castillo. And it's 2-2. Called strike 3. Bottom 6, Cubs 8, Orioles 6.
grade 2016 World Series ring donated by Jostens, with proceeds benefiting Cubs charities. Now through September 4th, Cub fans can purchase raffle tickets for $10 each. Tickets can be purchased online and at official raffle locations around Chicago. Visit Cubs.com/ring-raffle for details.
Well, a return to Baltimore for Pedro Strop, who had a nice run here. As an Oriole, 111 appearances over a 3-year period, with a .330 earned run average before he got traded to the Cubs in mid-2013.
Done a lot of good work in a Cub uniform since then. This year, 3-2 with an ERA right at 3. 33 innings. He's punched out 37, walked 13, allowed 27 hits. At the top of the order to contend with in the bottom of the 6th.
Jones, Machado, and Scope. Fastball is a little too high. Arrieta pitches tomorrow. We'll see what Brian Dunsing did here last year. Strop, Uehara as well. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jones. And there's Koji. A decent chance we'll see him at some point tonight. 1-2. I was looking around before the game to see if I could spot quick pitch and a swinging bunt. Contreras gets him.
Oh my.
What a play by Wilson Contreras.
We talk often about his athleticism behind the plate, and there are not many catchers that are going to make that play. I mean, Strop in hot pursuit, but Contreras on the move. Has to spin, throw that ball accurately to first base to get Jones, who's busting it down the line. They have that catch probability stat for outfielders. Out probability for most catchers on that ball, not particularly high, I wouldn't bet.
Machado 2 out of 3 with a double and a run. I was just looking around, you know, you see some Ripken jerseys, Robinson. I have not found a Jake Arrieta Orioles jersey just yet. I bet you there's one in the ballpark, and there might be a few tomorrow. In many ways, unfulfilled promise as an Oriole. And I'm sure there are a few Orioles fans who certainly wish Jake could have done all the work he's done with the Cubs as an Oriole. That didn't work out that way. And then if we do find an Oriole fan with an Arrieta jersey, I want to find out if they bought it while he was an Oriole. Or maybe it was out of spite.
Fact, yeah.
He walked. No, strike. He got the call. Bottom of the zone, 3-1.
Movement on that two-seam fastball. Serenity now, Buck. Serenity now.
There's ball 4. Swope will stand in. Bosio has instructions for Lester Strode. Now, what is bullpen etiquette? Because I just noticed Lester was a good 50 feet away from the bullpen phone, and as we had a shot of Bosio, I looked out in the pen, and Lester raced over to the phone, and there were like 3 players right next to it. Nobody answered. Ground ball toward the middle. Baez backhands. He'll step on second. Safe at first. Out at second. He almost turned a miraculous double play.
All the action early on in the ball game was to Russell and Bryant, so Bobby hasn't had many chances to show us his magic act. And this is just spectacular. There's no other option but taking himself. Not content with the 1, he shoots for 2. Contreras doing his thing. Baez with a spectacular play. Oh yeah, the bullpen etiquette would be bullpen coach is going to answer that phone almost all the time, because like when you have kids at home and the phone rings, and well, nobody calls a house phone anymore, but back in the day when we did use those, it was always for the kids, right?
Dunsing and Edwards are up. Just thought one of the relievers might pick up the phone. Lester, it's for you.
Who is it? Is it Boz again? Tell him I'm busy.
Lester, it's always Boz. Trumbo backs him off the plate.
Curious splits for Pedro Strop this year. You would think with that fastball slider combination you'd really dominate right-handed hitters, but that's not the case. Righties having an OPS up over 800 against them. He's completely shut down left-handed hitters.
Trumbo make it 3-2. He started 49 minutes late due to rain. Cubs bat started on time. They scored 4 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third. They were up 8-0. The Orioles have dominated the middle innings. Got the tying run at the plate. I think that tying run's on base. 2 walks in the frame now. Davis. It'll be Brian Dunsing, the former Oriole, to face Davis. Don't go anywhere. Bottom 6, Cubs 8, Orioles 6.
Check out the variety of luxury premier options that Wrigley Field has to offer for your next client, corporate, or family function, like an all-inclusive suite experience located on the Nuveen Suite level. Visit Cubs.com/premier for an option that fits your needs. While they do the YMCA, Brian Dunson's going to do the warm-up. No wins, no losses, a 2.79 ERA for the veteran left-hander. Done a very nice job. 38 2/3. He has struck out 47, and that really gets your attention. You don't think Brian is a strikeout pitcher, but he indeed has been this year.
By the way, Josh Bell just hit a game-ending 3-run homer for the Pirates, 5-2 over the Cardinals tonight. Lefty-lefty matchup. Davis takes ball one. First and second. 2 down, 6th inning. This could be a one and done for Bryan. With Edwards ready. And a right-handed batter on deck, Mancini.
Davis, one of those 3 outcome guys, strikes out a lot, hits a lot of home runs. He'll also take his walks.
Just grabbed the outside corner, 2-1. First game back from the disabled list for Davis. Dangerous spot. And the 3-1. Bryant into the outfield grass, makes the catch, and the Orioles strand a couple. Cubs still lead by 2 as we head off to the 7th. Wild offensive night tonight. Cubs lead 8-6. Michael Givens is now on. Fourth Oriole pitcher. Gosman, Blyer, O'Day, Givens.
Funky arm angle there, isn't it? A low three-quarter slinger. Delivery looks like it would be maybe a little bit funky for the hitter, but taxing on the arm.
Second round pick back in 2009 out of Tampa, Florida. 3-1 on Zobrist. Leadoff walk, third time he's been on.
Orioles bullpen has been outstanding here tonight. 3 scoreless innings so far, just 1 base runner, the 1-out double by Hayward last inning. Prior to that walk by Givens, of course.
Dodgers did it again tonight. Yasiel Puig with a 3-run homer in the ninth. They beat the Marlins. They've won 27 out of their last 31.
So 62-29 now are the Dodgers. Came in 7.5 games better than the Diamondbacks. Well, that's to be frustrating for the D-backs and the Rockies, both having very nice years, but the Dodgers just will not let up. KB on the ground to the left side all 3 times tonight.
Good pass at that fastball.
Averaging a little better than 95 miles per hour on the heater. Throws the slider a fair bit and also uses his changeup a decent amount.
Somebody tweeted a photo of a guy wearing an orange Orioles t-shirt with Arrieta on the back. Still haven't found a jersey. Chris Bryant jersey, proudly worn. $34,335 the paid crowd tonight.
Givens, like many relief pitchers, started his career as a position player. First 3 years of pro ball, he was a shortstop. Moved to the mound in 2013.
Swing and a miss. Hit 100 on that pitch. Bring up Rizzo.
Anthony, solid single to left first time up. He scored. That was in the 4-run first. And a couple of flyouts, one to right, one to left.
Cool little area out in right center. It's like a chain link fence. It's the only part of the park that has a see-through chain link. And some grounds crew members, some Orioles employees. I took my first look out there. I thought it was the bullpen, but that's in left center. It's not a bad spot. Harp's crew, did it say? Two and one on Anthony Rizzo.
I don't know, but they could charge a pretty good price for those seats in there.
Maybe it's,
maximizing revenues there.
Enjoying the ball game. Two-two to Rizzo. Zobrist walked to start the inning. Bryant then banned. He's been protecting that troublesome wrist. Osman, the starter, went just 3, gave up 4 home runs. All the Cubs runs have resulted from homers tonight. As JD mentioned, their bullpen has kept them in the game. Back to the mound, they get 1, and that'll be it. Not a good throw. Givens really upset with himself, as that was a tailor-made double play, but never seems to be when the pitcher's involved, especially when he has time.
Yeah, I guess I should take umbrage for my fellow pitchers, but you're spot on. This play seems to be not made more often than it's made. Just hesitate a bit, maybe even move off the mound. I think he had time to step to the side, get on flat ground, step and throw, and still get his double play.
Now, barely in his defense. If we could take maybe one more look at it after the pitch. With the shift, I think he's looking for a guy on the shortstop side moving toward the first base side, right? That's what pitchers are used to looking for, or a guy kind of moving from the second base position. He was not really in that spot because of the shift.
Yeah, well, first thing first, you should know who's covering the bag, and then if nothing else, just throw the ball over the base.
So if that's Machado kind of leading him toward first, I think that throw's probably in a better spot. But again, that's not
on the
much of a
shortstop
defense.
side of the bag, and just throw right over the base. I see your point. He would have been able to get away with it,
right?
With his errant throw.
He's not real happy with himself, you can tell. Let's see if the Cubs can take advantage, although Contreras down 0-2.
He's got a lively arm. Well, what happens is you're all geeked up out there, right? It's a tight ball game late. Got a lot of adrenaline pumping. You're throwing the ball homeward at 100 miles per hour. It's tough to make that controlled throw to a base. No matter how much you practice it in spring training, it's very difficult to replicate on a backfield in spring training what it feels like to do it in a regular season game.
Rizzo running.
Yeah. 0-2 with 2 outs.
Why not?
Yeah, exactly. The pitcher's attention is focused on the hitter. Might give him a second look now.
Not going. Swing and a miss. Impressive stuff from Michael Gibbons. Stretch time in Baltimore. It is 8-6 Cubs. Sign up to play in CSN's Rocket League Championship at faceit.com for a chance to compete for the $100,000 grand prize pool. Register today. Hey, there he is. Elusive Jake Arrieta, Orioles fan. Does that count though? It's a t-shirt.
Well, it counts on some level.
It's like a giveaway t-shirt.
So you're saying he didn't go out and spend the big bucks to get an official jersey.
Go
His
next
level of
level.
commitment's not quite there, is what you're saying.
How about the Oriole fan who tomorrow will wear his Cubs or Arrieta jersey? Here's Carl Edwards Jr. 8-6. Cubs lead 7th inning.
Yeah, a little sketchy there in the 6th, but the Cubs able to work through it and post a 0. Now CJ into the ball game, 3-1 with a 229. This is his 39th appearance. Big strikeout numbers. He's fanned 50 and 35 in the 3rd, allowing just 15 hits. Left-handed batters hitting .086 against him.
StatCast is powered by AWS. Doesn't give up much in terms of hard contact. Neither does closer Wade Davis. Oh, Matt Albers.
Yeah.
There you go. Ah, got the Oriole hat and the Arrieta Cubs jersey. That's exactly what I was looking for. I was born here, he's saying. I got to wear the hat. Right?
Trying to justify his position, his waffling. Flip flopper.
6, 7, 8 for the Orioles. And Mancini RBI single and a run in the 5th. Well, that was a dive bomber in terms of that cutting action at 95.
Well, yeah, that's why it's such a weak contact. The late movement at 95. We were talking earlier about the attributes of a good fastball: velocity, movement, and command. And he's got velocity and movement. Command can be a little shaky sometimes. But when you throw that hard and you get that kind of movement, you're not necessarily trying to pick away at corners. They don't do much with his curveball either.
Chant here is "Let's go O's," but it always sounds like "Let's go home."
Which, if it were the bottom of the ninth, it might be appropriate, right? Tie game.
Hard to find nuance in stadium cheers sometimes. The 3-1 is high. How many walks tonight? It's the 6th walk given up by Cubs pitching. That means you're flirting with danger against a team that likes to hit the home run ball. Castillo went deep in the 3rd. Check on Mancini. So the Orioles have 18 stolen bases. That's the fewest in the majors. Last year they stole 19 all year.
It does harken back to Earl Weaver, doesn't it? You know, Earl didn't like to take chances on the bases. He didn't like to bunt. He was a Moneyball guy before Moneyball existed. He believed in preserving outs. He wanted guys with keen eyes that would take walks, and he wanted sluggers. His legacy lives on here with Buck Showalter in this current edition of the Orioles.
First strike. Jacob deGrom beat up on John Gray tonight. Mets over the Rockies 14-2. New York grabbing its 40th win, 7 under 500.
I saw a note on deGrom not too long ago, but the percentage of outings he's had in his career, allowing 1 or fewer, it's pretty remarkable.
It's 10-3 with a 348. We saw him at his best in New York a few weeks ago. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Not many are going to do any damage on that elevated cut fastball, cutting the fastball from Edwards. 96, 97 up above the hands. So these guys are working to try to lift the low ball, trying to create a launch angle. That elevated fastball becomes a much more important weapon.
Rickard with a big 2-run single in the 5th that got the Orioles to within 2. Oh, 2. Two in the 8th for the Braves to beat Arizona 4-3. Braves now just 2 games under 500. They'll be in Atlanta Monday night. Field line, Zobrist and Russell. It'll be Zobrist in foul territory for the second out. That'll leave it up to Ruben Tejada. Runner at first, 2 gone. Here's a pitch. Downstairs for ball 1.
Orioles have left 2 men on base in each of the last 4 innings. Obviously been scoring runs, but they've had some opportunities slip away. Uehara in the 8th, Davis in the 9th.
Mancini the runner at first. The 1-1 to Tejada is high.
The Pirates win over St. Louis tonight. The Buccos have now won 6 of their last 7. They get Starling Marte back in a few days. Curious to see what they do as the trade deadline nears.
Three and two. Rizzo will play behind the runner at first. Cubs have used Montgomery, Grimm, Strop, Dunsing, and now Edwards. They have not trailed tonight. Ball 4. They've been walking a bit of a tightrope here. That is the 5th walk in the last 3 innings. 7 in the last 4. A little scouting report on Adam Jones. He's the all-time home run leader in this ballpark.
Yeah, and obviously a case can be made that should have been a strike to Tejada. Borderline pitch, could have gone either way, but the thing is, you got to be more aggressive. You got to make sure you throw a strike because you got Adam Jones coming next, and Tejada's not a real threat.
129 career home runs in this ballpark for Jones.
Carl's second walk. Strop walked 2 in his 2/3, but did not allow a run, nor did he give up a hit. Brian Dunston got a huge out. He only faced the one batter, but popped up Chris Davis.
Maybe he'll get a win. Jones went around, says Sam Holbrook. Jones wanting to know P.J. Rayburn had that pitch a strike anyway. I don't believe he did.
No, I don't think he would have checked. Had he had right if he was going to call it a strike. That would be a new one, wouldn't it? Home plate umpire checking. Did he go? No, he didn't go. Well, it's a strike
right.
Anyway.
I just wanted to see if he swung at it. About an appeal on just a ball or a strike call. Point out at the second base.
What'd you have? I didn't get a good look. A little sweat running in my eye.
2 on, 2 out.
Find it towards the later stages of so many games, with so many power arms in the modern bullpen. You get a lot of strikeouts, a lot of walks, and not many balls put in play.
Ball rattling around near the dish. 1-2.
Good work by Contreras there. Tejada down at first base represents the tying run.
Swing and a miss. Orioles strand a couple. We go to the 8th. Still 8-6 for the visitors. now at eclicklending.com. eClick is located right here in Chicagoland and rated A+ by the Better Business Bureau. eClick Lending. Hey, your mortgage just happened. The Boom wanted to see Baltimore. Here's Zach Britton, recently off the DL.
Yeah, so just 11 appearances for Britton this year. 5-5 in his save opportunities. 12 innings. He's allowed 16 hits, walked 5, struck out 8. Turbo sinker. Extreme ground ball pitcher, gets a lot of swings and misses as well. And throw that sinker a high percentage of the time. Got the John Lester on guard start to his delivery. So much for the sinker. Goes breaking ball.
Well, it was a game he did not pitch last year that garnered lots of criticism of Buck Showalter. The American League wild card game. They lost 5-2 in 11 innings in Toronto. And he saved Britton for a save spot that never occurred. Two on Schwarber. Britton put up a 0.54 ERA last year. He gave up 4 earned runs in 69 games. Swing and a miss. That's nasty.
Yeah, he just gets all kinds of movement. He's doing that 96 miles per hour.
He was a starter when he came up. Not have a lot of success as a reliever. He's been pretty much lights out. And you can see Castillo's not real sure where it's going.
Well, that one, it almost looks like a Johnny Franco screwball from back in the day. The screwball is an off-speed pitch. He's getting that kind of movement at 96.
Well, you're right. At batting right-handed. And he bounces foul back of the plate. Looks like it'll be Koji Uehara in the bottom of this inning. Broken bat flare out in the center, 4-base hit. Second reach for Happ, first hit tonight.
He's going to break a lot of bats with that movement. Trade off, a hitter will gladly take. Yep, break my toys, but I got a knock. If the Orioles do go into sell mode and decide to move Britton, boy, you'd think they'd get an awfully good prospect or two in return.
Dan Duquette, Executive VP of Baseball Ops here in Baltimore. Peter Angelos, Chairman and CEO at the club in '93. Hefty home runs. The Cubs have cranked 4 of them tonight. Contreras And Schwarber in the first.
That was hefty. Not quite as hefty, but still hefty.
Zobrist banged a 2-run shot in the second, and then Hayward onto Utah Street.
Most definitely hefty.
And we got Happ, and he is out. 1, 3, 6.
Front foot was a little suspect of Britton's. To me, like he put it straight down as opposed to stepping towards first base.
That's why it's a tight ball game, because the bullpen has almost completely shut down this Cubs offense. Only 2 hits allowed.
Lefty on the mound, you're going to be going on first move. Boy, there's not much of a step there. Sometimes it's amazing the ticky-tack things that they'll call a balk. And something that's clearly meant to deceive a base runner, they'll let go. And I'm not saying for sure that he balked there, but it was borderline.
Hayward's had a real good night. He's 2 for 3 with a homer and a double, and the out he made was a deep fly out in the first.
He's getting very good carry on his drives tonight. He's been good off the tee.
Ground ball this time to Scope, and we'll go to the last of the 8th. Another former Oriole will take the ball. 8-6 Cubs.
MLB.com at bat mobile app. Stay connected to the game's best players all season long with game day live game video highlights, radio broadcasts, stats, news, and more. Download MLB.com at bat today. It's your #1 app for live baseball. It's #1. It's world famous.
Koji Uehara was a 34-year-old in 2009 when he made his major league debut, and he was a starter with the Baltimore Orioles. 12 starts that year to begin his major league journey on his 9th season.
Yeah, and then after that season, everything has been out of the bullpen for Koji. 43 appearances with the Birds in 2010, 43 more with them in 2011 before being moved on to the Rangers.
I feel like a lot of guys play for both the Orioles and the Rangers, right? Strop, O'Day, Uehara, Davis. Oji's had the upper hand in these matchups with Machado. Hayward.
First time he didn't barrel one up tonight. Would you say that that is because teams are less inclined to trade within their own division, and they make a lot of trades within their own league outside of the division because they know those players better than they might know players from the other league?
Rafael Palmeiro would be another Oriole and Ranger. Yeah. Were you surprised to see the Cubs and White Sox make such a
there's been so much. Yeah,
deal?
There's been kind of this narrative around town that they wouldn't be inclined to make deals with each other for fear of it becoming a lopsided trade and one team really, quote unquote, winning the deal and stealing the headlines. But it's a deal that makes so much sense for both sides.
And I think it shows you that that narrative was not true.
Right.
That they would make that deal. And
yeah,
look, if you only have 29 trade partners, why would you make it 28? I see some notable deals these two teams have made over the decades. Sano and Steve Stone were in the same deal season prior to 1974. Long run over Hayward. He dives. He can't get it. And it'll be a bloop hit for Scope. Good effort.
Yeah, I've gotten to the point where I just assumed Jason's going to catch everything out there, and he almost did run this one down. Got leather on it, just couldn't wrap his glove around it.
Just couldn't know if Scope.
I think he got caught watching it a little bit here. He's watching the play develop.
He should have been halfway to second when this ball landed. Yep. Keeps the double play in order.
Right, that's the key there. You might say, well, it's not that big of a base because they're down 2 runs, but Trumbo hits a one-hopper to shortstop. It'll be a really big base.
Trumbo, as we mentioned, led the majors in homers last year. He then declined Baltimore's qualifying offer to hit free agency and eventually returned on a 3-year contract signed in January. One swing and a miss.
Such great deception on that split finger pitch. Not many guys can get away with throwing their off-speed pitch in that part of the strike zone.
One and two to Trumbo. Towering fly, deep left, and we're tied. 8-8.
Yeah, you see where Contreras is set up, and you see where the pitch ends up, and then you ultimately see its final destination. And the Orioles come all the way back from 8-0 to tie this ball game.
Ford home run replay. They've hit 2 tonight. Cubs have blasted 4, but we're in an 8-8 tie. And ball one to Davis. They have some item out in the grass in the outfield. Someone threw a hat onto the field. Pitch, swing and a miss on the split. Way out in front was Davis. Hector Rondon. The Cubs bullpen. They've already used 6 pitchers tonight.
Just the second home run allowed by Uehara this year, first since May 16th against Cincinnati. He'd be a little susceptible to the long ball, being a fly ball pitcher. He allowed 8 last season.
And he strikes out Davis. Davis is a tricky guy, as you mentioned. He'll take his walks, and obviously he's hit a ton of home runs here the last few years, but you can get him out and you can make him look awkward, and if you make a mistake, he will make you pay. But
it was more bad than good, I think, early on with Texas, and that's why he ended up over here with Baltimore. Is it Mitch Moreland? They had both been playing some first base there. And they decided to go with Moreland, trade Davis. Davis really took off after joining the Orioles.
Well, we asked the question a couple of hours ago, and we have our answer. 8 runs will not be enough to win this game tonight. Popped him up. And it's Russell. And we will head to the 9th. It's now an 8-8 deadlock. Right-hander Brad Brock is on for the home team. You see his numbers. He's in closing games with the Britton on the DL. Britton now back. Just worked a scoreless 8.
Gapsil back into a setup role for Brock. He's done a nice job. They're getting 167 against him. Broke in with the Padres back in 2011. Been with the Orioles since 2014. Good heater. Uses his changeup a fair bit. Also throws a slide ball.
Strike on Javier Baez.
Tough day for Javi so far at the plate. He made a spectacular play in the field as a hitter. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts, chasing some bad balls. Kind of caught in between right now. Well, he takes one, and that's really what he brings to the table, that dangerous power near the bottom of the batting order.
1-2.
Doesn't always give you a great at bat. Chases too many pitches out of the zone, both away and up. Tremendous bat speed, tremendous power.
Brock, an all-star last year, former Padre. 4th season with Baltimore, and he has pitched exclusively out of the bullpen as a big leaguer.
'42nd round pick of the Padres back in '08.
Well, he's a little bit like Carl Edwards Jr. in that regard. Kind of a long shot to make it. Three and two with Russell, and then Zobrist to follow. Brock hails from Freehold, New Jersey.
To Monmouth University.
Final tip, strike 3. As he beats Baez.
Yeah, he beat him in the zone that time. It wasn't a pitch out of the zone. It wasn't a chase. It was just a swing and a miss. Well-placed heater, outer third. He's been just pulling off a little bit.
Also batting 9th, and that ball driven out into deep left. It will go, and the Cubs lead again, 9-8. Fifth home run tonight for the Cubs.
8th on the year for Addison Russell. Boy, it could not come at a better time after surrendering an 8-run lead. Here's a Ford home run replay yet again. This feels like an American Legion game.
9 runs on 5 homers. Strike to Zobrist. Cub fans making a lot of noise, and the Orioles fans trying to drown them out. As the closer's ready. Change of pace, 0-2. Now Uehara gave up the lead, could get a win.
Cubs had 8 runs, 16 batters into this game. Nothing until the Russell home run here in the 9th. Really not that many base runners since the 3rd.
The Orioles will have the bottom of their order. And the bottom of the 9th. Foul to third. In the air, short right. Rickard. Bryant, nothing for 4. Well, another big incentive to win tonight. The Brewers held off the Phillies 9-6. So the Cubs need to win just to remain within 5.5. Cardinals lost tonight, so they'll drop into 3rd. There's Bryant. Tough night for him at the plate, but the Cubs have the lead with 3 outs to go on the Addison Russell home run. A bullet out in the left. 9-8 in the 9th. blew an 8-0 lead, but Addison Russell with a line shot home run, making it 9-8. And here's All-Star Wade Davis, who took the loss for the National League on a Tuesday night in Miami. Gave up the Robinson Cano home run in the 10th, but 16 out of 16 and save chances for the Cubs. And he'll face, as I said, 7, 8, and 9 for the Orioles here in the 9th inning.
Yeah, so he just, he saves his losses for exhibition games. Regular year, he has been outstanding. We showed you that graphic earlier. He and Carl Edwards among the league leaders in terms of weak contact. Currently has the 3rd longest active streak. It's 22 consecutive saves converted. Look at Zach Britton with 54 and Kenley Jansen 31. Castillo does not have an official at bat against Wade Davis in his career.
So here we go, bottom 9 and ball 1. Only time tonight the Cubs have had a 1-run lead. We wouldn't want anybody else on the mound with that advantage. 1-1.
Good sink on that fastball. He'll sink it, he'll cut it.
Slicing drive into the right field corner, and it is caught. Jason Hayward made the catch. We lose sight of him down in that corner, and somehow he went over there and made the grab. A huge first out. Wow.
Literally backed into a corner. He makes the play.
Here's Rickard. I believe that corner is funky because they have slightly changed the configuration of the field here over the years. But you've got that unique corner where that little extra area that juts into the stands. And Hayward took advantage. 1-0 pitch. 1-1. Balls and a strike. Tejada due next. Johnny Giavotella is on deck for him. He is a right-handed batter. Davis home and way high, 3-1.
I think the cutter curveball combination keeps the left-handed bats on the bench for Buck Showalter here tonight, much like you would see with Mark Melancon with that cutter. He would just chew up left-handed hitters. That's maybe what's going on with Buck here. He's got a couple left-handed options over there, but sends out Giavotella. Left-handed batters hitting just .127 against Wade Davis this year.
Giavotella, the pinch hitter. Swings and misses. From a Royal and Angel.
Well, that was a lane changer. 90 miles an hour, darting down and away. Ends up in a perfect spot.
Two balls and a strike on Giavotella. 1 for 6 as an Oriole. Strike 2. Called strike 3. The Orioles dugout not happy with DJ Rayburn because of the late call, but the Cubs take it. 9-8 the final. What a wild night.
Yeah, boy. I tell you what, that's one you just cannot let get away. 8-0 lead. The Orioles come all the way back to tie it. One huge swing of the bat by Addison Russell. And there's the final strikeout to end the ball game. To let that one slip away would have been a disastrous way to start the second half of the season, but all's well that ends well. What a day for Jason Hayward, huh? With the bat and in the field.
Absolutely. And Addison Russell, though, will be honored with the toast of the game. Presented by Binny's Beverage Depot. Binny's Beverage Depot is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs. The 9-hitter. Making it 9-8 in the 9th.